Hello, Kelly. How are you? How are you, Kelly?
No, listen, today's... Oh, it's going to be an interesting one. Hi, Kristal.
How have you been, Kelly?
No, I've been good. Everything is good, yeah.
That's good. Okay, so...
Sorry, how have you been, Kristal?
No, I'm doing well. I'm doing as well. Kelly. Okay, so now, this episode actually is a bit of a... I don't know. What would you say, Kelly?
We've hit a bit of a bump.
Yeah, a big bump. And we actually require whoever's listening or whoever does listen to our podcast to help us and give us a little bit of feedback. So we've got all these amazing topics that we would talk about. We've got them listed, what we think we could talk about.
Yeah, but we only did this like a week ago because we realized everything's trial and error. So we realized errors in episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, but now we've pre-recorded. So we've got certain episodes that we have cut out, and we say it's unedited, but the last 2 episodes we have cut things out, leading to what we talking about.
No, but we only
today.
also cut out because it was very long.
Yeah, and there were certain things that I felt
Were not appropriate.
we said, and so now that's how we've hit this dilemma now, because we said to me, like, let's focus on a topic, and even if we veer off, we'll come back to it, but what topic? So we've got a list in front of us, and 8 out of 10 of them, I'm like, no.
No, because they're definitely going to offend... Well, not that we mean to offend anybody, but I don't know how people are going to
Perceive what
we're saying. So, like, we have, is blood thicker than water? Our actions, how they impact our children. What you saying to people and how people perceive what you're saying.
So, like, with certain feedback that we've had on the episodes already, you know, I think so many people think we're referring to them or we're talking about them. So it's kind of like, if the shoe fits, wear it. But it's also general conversation. Exactly. So if you're relating to something, or you're going through that in your life at the moment or whatever, we're not pointing fingers. This is also why I said people perceive shit from where they are at in their lives in that moment.
Yeah, and it's not, like, the thing is as well, we talking about ourselves and our experiences and our feelings and how we dealt
100%.
with situations that we've been in. It's really nothing
Directed
at anybody whatsoever. We're talking actually about ourselves.
I don't have a problem directing things at people, but I will say it to their face, though, if I have to.
Yeah, but it's not like we're hiding behind the
No,
mic,
we're not hiding
attacking
yes,
people.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about myself and how I dealt with situations or whatever's been thrown at me or
family,
whatever.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, so now when you think, you look at all these topics and you go, sure, if I start talking about is blood thicker than water, who's going to get offended? Who thinks I'm talking about them? When I'm talking about myself and my experiences of how I handled situations. So as viewers, we need you guys to tell us more what you guys want us to talk about.
Comment, DM.
Yeah, give us a bit of help and advice on that.
I must be honest, just touching on the blood is thicker than water thing, I've never ever stuck by that phrase. I've never believed it. I genuinely don't believe blood is thicker than water.
I do think blood is thicker than water, but I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and certain things happen in your life where you realize, is blood really thicker than water?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't...
What's more important, your well-being and your health, or going through
toxic patterns that are prehistoric and don't serve you in your life today? That's why I'm saying, like, I think it's such an old thing from, like, way back when to now that's just stayed with generation after generation. Blood is thicker than water. That's your mother, that's your father. Shame, that's your sister, your cousin, you know. But, I mean, I've mentioned it before, toxic is toxic. So, for me, I think it's also okay if we unlearn shit that has been molded into us from God knows when. Like I said, generation after generation. Yeah. It's okay to unlearn it if it's not serving you anymore. So
I still think you will, like, no matter how upset you are with certain people, family, because obviously this blood is thicker than water, I don't know, I think I wouldn't cut people off completely.
So you see, I can love you with my entire heart and never speak to you again.
No,
I can
I'm
love
there
you from a
now,
distance.
and it took me 42 years to get to that point where I always overlooked people. Always.
Because we were too understanding.
Even if I could see what they were doing, and it was like, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because let them.
So let them be.
Let them.
If that's what they choose to be, it doesn't matter. But then you get to a point where you're actually dealing with your own shit inside your own home. You've got your own husband, your own children, your own personal things going on.
Yeah.
You can't tolerate
That negative bullshit in your
yes.
space.
So I'm at the stage where, you know what? It's not that I've cut anyone off. I got nothing against anybody, but let them be them and let me be me, because it's just too much.
Yeah,
it's
but
too
that's
much to
also,
handle.
that's what I'm saying. It's okay to see, now this is how we go back to the beginning of the podcast, because like there's certain things that I want to say, but then it goes into an example of something and
of an experience that leads to that,
and it's a personal experience. But anyway, I do to an extent, I suppose. Yes, family, you know, that's, you can't choose your family. But also, with that being said, one very, very good nugget that will stay with me forever is, don't let your family that you're building get damaged by the family that you came from. So, like I said, all that shit that you learned growing up, let the people, leave them, this one's like that, have respect, no, it's okay. You teaching yourself that the way you're feeling about a situation, by allowing that behavior, you don't come first.
yeah.
You putting their behavior first, it's fucking up your energy, your space, whatever. It's okay to unlearn that shit. It's okay to make your family that you've made now your number one unit, number one priority, and not get affected by
past actions. But it's a fine line. It's really, 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 really a fine line, because yet again, it's so hard because you want to say examples, but then you don't want. We're back to that dilemma we're having. But like, even if I'm upset with somebody, and my kids are with me, I won't allow my kids to ignore that person.
No, but you see, that goes back to us raising them with respect.
You see, now I'm like, if I have a problem
adult
with
problems
someone,
are adult problems.
yeah, if I have a problem with someone, that's my problem. It's got nothing to do with you. You still have manners and you still have respect, and you go greet
100%.
the people.
I don't believe that kids should know details about adult trauma.
Yeah, well, it's not there. It's not for the children.
No, and we need to be a lot more mindful of what, especially like not even just friends, like having a dispute or something, family, like immediate family members. You can't underestimate the mind of a child.
No, then we're back to that other topic. Our actions impact our children.
Yeah.
So what they see us doing, you think they're not noticing.
You think they won't remember.
And that's the thing. And at the end of the day, whatever it is, you do try bring up.
Look, it does happen. I mean, don't get me
beings.
wrong. Goodness gracious, I'm not saying if you're going to have an argument over an egg in the kitchen, make sure that the child's not around. I mean, everything in context. But you have to be mindful, like if it comes from the clashes of in-laws, and so like your current situation, like your current marriage and your children, and then your parents and your in-laws have got completely opposite views. It does affect, but how far do you let it go? How far do you let it affect your marriage, your life, your home? Like,
you have to draw the line somewhere.
To draw the line.
Where you're building, like you say, you're building your own family.
Yeah, don't let your family that you're building get ruined from the one that you came from.
Yeah, and it's difficult because I think I can say 99% of people listening right now, everyone has a problem in their family. Everyone. It's not perfect.
I don't know. I know some freaking weirdos that are literally butterflies and sunshine. Eh?
No, at the moment, I came from butterflies and sunshine. And at the moment, I can say no. So many people I've met, there's just problems and problems and problems in families. And it's a sad reality.
Now you like...
No, but it really is. And it's sad because people are all fighting with each other because everyone's trying to do exactly what you're saying. Don't let your family don't let the family you come
And it's
from.
not to say that the family you came from was bad. It's just, it doesn't really have much to do with the family
But then
that you're building.
in a way, that's the worst advice. Because how do you think the old people kept the families together? They
That's why
didn't
all these
allow
generations
that.
are cooked. Yeah, no, 100%.
They
Look,
didn't
that's a
allow
completely
that.
different thing, though. Like speaking about what was allowed to now, that's moving with the times.
Because in a way, that's what's ruining families, is this new, I don't know what to call it, new age.
It's lack of...
I think respect,
well,
personally.
Yeah, but also...
It's like the old people, when I was younger, my granny's...
Tradition.
Yes, every Sunday, the whole family... Obviously, we were small. We didn't know who was arguing with who or who had the needle
But
to
holding
who.
on to good traditions is okay. Holding on to traditions that do not serve you as a family, it's okay to let go of. You don't have to stick to... Let me give you an example. I don't like turkey. Okay, I'm Irish, South African. My mother makes turkey every single Christmas. Every single Christmas. She's got her way of... Anyway, I hate it. Okay? But we have to eat turkey on Christmas. So now, grow up, everything. I move out. Mom moves overseas. While my mom was living in the country, every single Christmas we had... Okay? So when my mom moved overseas, Christmas came around and I was like, I'm going to do it like... She was horrified. Horrified.
Because you changed the tradition.
The disappointment. The concern. What do you mean you're not making a turkey? And I said, Mom, I don't like it. Not everybody eats it, so we're going to do this and that. No, I think she actually needed to get off the phone and take a minute. She was horrified. And she said, do you know what you're letting go? Excuse me. So I said, look, it's not about letting go of it. It's just, it doesn't serve me at the moment.
I get that, but I do also think, you see that thing that
I
you
think
do.
about that on a bigger scale.
But that thing that you're doing with just a small little example.
You're letting go of tradition.
That's what's killing everything. It's like people are not talking, brothers and sisters and aunties and uncles and cousins.
No, that's been going on for generations.
Yes, but not as
Jeez,
bad
like, I
as
know
today.
Grandparents that fought with siblings that never spoke, and it's do you know that shit's also passed down. It's
Generational.
It's I know it sounds insane. You can look it up, but really it's genetic. If you don't break that shit. Yeah, so
yeah, guys, we at a roadblock of what to talk about without offending people.
I think we just spoke a lot. It was great.
So we are going to wait for your comments and ideas of what we should talk about or could talk about, or what you as listeners want to hear.
Yeah, what do you guys want to hear? Like, there's nothing... there's the contradiction. There's nothing... Sorry, that was a coffee machine. We get served well. There's nothing we won't talk about, but you must also remember, like when we started, we said, like if you're thinking it, we're saying it.
Yeah, and
So
then
I
the
think
reality...
maybe, are we overthinking this? Are we killing it now because we getting a little bit too worried about what people are going to think and what they're going to say based on situations? Like as I've mentioned before, I don't care. I've gotten to a point where I am in my healing era and everything is great, but then you mention a topic and I'm like, oh, but
You can't
Joseph,
do this.
Johannes, Van der Merwe's, Ferreira, I don't know.
I'm glad you're openly admitting the dilemma that we are in at the moment. So we're going to end this episode and we are going to also think of another topic, probably completely different to what we've just spoken about, but we'll think of something to talk about in the interim. But please give us your feedback. Please give us what you would like us to talk about. I know I'm repeating, but we need your help on this. Get involved with us. Help us.
Engage,
Yes. So, Kelly, let's end this one and let's hear what everyone else also thinks of it.
I am excited to hear what they have to say.
Yeah,
Because
so
the feedback every week is very cool.
Yes, and don't listen and not give us feedback.
And also, please don't listen and not think that you're invalid. Like you're just a little random listening. You are valid. Send us a DM, comment.
Something. Just
Yes,
get to
anything.
us. Okay, Kelly, I'll see you next week.
See you